Hey everybody, welcome to Dungeons & Dragons Monday Night Mayhem!
Woo! We're not wearing pants!
Alright, well, some of us are. Anyway, welcome to D&D Monday Night Mayhem, everybody. My name is Jeff from Super Geeked Up. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. If you're watching live, please, you can participate in the live chat on YouTube or tweet us at Super Geeked Up. I'll go check over there, see if anybody's in there in a minute. So we are using a site called Roll20. You're seeing on your screen, and we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and you're going to see different icons there in the middle of your screen, characters, and I got some horses there, some tents. That's very exciting. We're in a desert, and on the right side of your screen, you're going to.
You can even say it's very intense, right?
Yes.
There's going to be an intense battle.
Oh well, yes, there is about to be an intense battle. You're right. On the right side of your screen there, as you see different things going on, there's different rolls happening. So that would be like the 20-sided dice or whatever else people are rolling in physical setting. You're going to see that on the right-hand side. The Roll20 side is doing for us. All right, well, I'd like to do some quick character intros, and then I'll give it to our Dungeon Master to catch you up on what's been going on. Of course, you can also read all about the past episodes at supergeekedup.com and click on the Dungeons & Dragons thing underneath the Shows tab. And there's lots of information there about character bios and all that good stuff, too. All right, and let's get, all right, here we go, some characters. What are we, level 10 now, right? We just went up to level 10 last show?
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you're halfway there.
I'd say we're at perfect 10.
Oh, nice. Well, Kalina, who is my character, likes to think she's a perfect 10 anyway. Thanks for the segue.
Kalina's a 12.
Oh, all right, even better. Yeah, she's at a +2. All right. Anyway, Kalina's a half-elf rogue. So she's very sneaky, likes putting on disguises. She can disguise her voice well and her appearance. And she's good at stealing things. And she's pretty sarcastic because a good sense of humor, doesn't take things too seriously. Except when it comes to protecting the Siren people, which are the main storyline here is that a guy named Kamithas is trying to wipe the Siren people from the face of the earth because he thinks that's what will save the world. And the party is trying to prevent that. And Kalina found out some along this journey that she was half Siren, so she's particularly motivated to stop Kamithas from doing that. She's been hoping to find her birth mother, who she's never known. Last show, she got some more information about that from one of the former servants, because her mother was a Siren nobility, apparently. And she gave her some information about where a location in the world of continent of Corvair that her mother might be. So that was exciting for her. And all right, that's all. That's pretty much get you caught up with her. Let's go over to Trip, who plays Finn.
Right. I'm always excited by Kalina. Woohoo! All right. So anyway.
Well,
hey. So I play Finn. Finn is a wood elf druid following Circle of the Moon. Circle of the Moon means that during the full moon, Finn likes to show his full moon. But no, that's really not it at all. So Finn can change into more powerful beasts at an earlier level. And now that we're 10 level, Finn can actually change into elementals too. So talking about getting some major powers here. And Finn likes to be inappropriate and for some reason has become this great businessman. And very much likes protecting the sacred Mother Earth precious metals, such as gold and platinum and silver. and Finn, of course, as most druids, absolutely loves animals and loves them so much. His byline is, "What happens in the barn stays in the barn."
all right. Let's go over to Tolthus, played by Nate.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Yes, Tolthus, the Warforged barbarian/fighter, whom obviously, after seeing how his reckless indulgences in warfare could possibly cost him and his team a good bit of their lives, has decided to hone his finesse and thus adopt a fighter archetype of champion. During the last Great Siren War, he served under House... he was created by House Cannith, but fought for Seer, and namely against Karnath with their legions of undead. It was great horrific sights of him wading through walls of enemy soldiers and just ripping them apart until either they broke or he did. Once the Last Great War was over, however, he adopted a mercenary lifestyle, since obviously fighting was pretty much the only thing he knew, and then, directed by House Deneath, came in contact with a party he now travels the land with. He does value certain things, such as modesty and obviously justice, because, hey, who doesn't like a little justice in their life? And on top of that, values his lucky loincloth, whom nobody knows the origins of besides him.
And nobody knows what's underneath besides him.
I'm sure somebody's got it.
That's actually the main plot of the story, the origin of Telthus' loincloth. Who cares about the Serians?
Right.
There'll be a story later, the origin of the lucky loincloth.
Maybe that maybe that's actually how we could defeat Kymethas. It's the loincloth all along that will be able to defeat him.
That's right.
I was going to say, Origins of the Lucky Loincloth sounds like a great movie.
I like it. There's just going to be like this all-powerful beam of light, like a giant laser that's going to hit. And actually, that's what destroys the world, is taking off the loincloth. Oh, man.
Sort of like the Golden Fleece, but more messed up.
Very much so.
You're not wrong.
All right, let's go over to last character, who is Carv, played by Marks.
Yeah, so Carv is a I was about to say hobbit. He's a halfling.
No, he's not a hobbit. That's
Not a hobbit.
for sure.
He doesn't lounge around, smoke pipes, and tell people leave him alone or something. I don't know. But no, the halflings and Talunta Plains actually are tribal type warriors that ride dinosaurs. So in his tribe, the Blackclaw, sadly, are no more. They were wiped out, and by the people actually that we're about to confront here in just a few moments, who may or may not be AKA the Four Horsemen. I don't know.
Yes.
But he has a glidewing named Redwing, and he used to have a glidewing named Darkwing, who sadly passed away. There's a lot of death in Carv's life. but anyway, he travels around to try to become a legend, so that way his tribe can become legendary and live on forever. And he's found these great heroes as they try to stop poisoning to maybe perhaps become legends.
Hey.
We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to do it for once, but you still slipped it in.
I saw you waiting for it.
I was about to do it myself if you weren't going to do it, actually.
Right.
That's a Legends of Tomorrow reference, folks. This is Mark's not do a DC Action Hour show. And Legends is over with, though, so he doesn't really get to do it anymore in that show. So he's got to work it in here.
Poor Legends.
Yeah. Well, for the season. Not like, I'm actually happy it is. We don't have to talk about it. It's not very good. I wish it would go away, period. Let's go to our Dungeon Master, Somnus, who's going to catch us up on what's been happening in the story.
Alrighty, so last time we finished up some items. You know, getting the party having recently returned to Sharn, and kind of catching up on events that have happened in their absence. They went to speak with the widow about the events in Zendrick and finding the Black Sun, and so they informed her that they had left it where it was because it was just too dangerous to have out, and running about. She asked to look at the amulet and the things that were there just to see them. And she returned them to the group. And so from there, they realized that they had a folding fortress, and actually a sizable fortress at that, and donated that to New Seer for its defense. And actually gave a speech from the top of the tower to encourage the people of New Seer, who have, of course, are living in pretty tense times, knowing that Kymethas is still out there somewhere, among other agents who mean to do them harm. From there, the group decided to go and look for the cave that Nyath's brother and warband members went into before they ended up knocking her out and leaving her behind. These 4 members of the warband seem to be the ones responsible for the death of Carv's tribe. And so since they went inside and they found something, they wouldn't necessarily call it someone. It looked like an old man, but they were fairly sure that it was nothing of the sort. It apparently had blended the souls of ancient elves with the souls of the warband because they had asked for the power of their ancestors. Deciding that bargaining with this thing is probably a bad idea, they left there and started searching north across the Blade Desert for any signs of the warband, and they have found the remaining members of the Golden Hawk warband. And so that's where we pick up tonight, planning the attack from the deck of the Azure Wind.
Now we had a trip, I think, mostly too, right? Or we had to come up with a plan of attack here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were able to do a flyby. I mean, airships do fly by, so they didn't seem to take any unusual notice of the airship passing over. So it's just a question of how do you want to approach this?
Yeah. I mean, one of the last things that I was discussing, and I was still thinking about this just before we got on, was, I mean, I can take a minute to conjure an air elemental, and I can even change into an air elemental myself, and I would hope that 2 air elementals to get...
Oh, we lost the trip. No. But anyway, I think if I remember correctly, he was gonna like move the horses away or create a wall between them and the Valinar. I know I was playing clean. I was playing to turn invisible. Like there was 2, I think, in one of the tents. Maybe pull out the stakes and get them all tangled up in there. And then Carv and Tolf says, right, you were gonna kind of be ready to attack or something. Is that the idea?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I also suggested using my wind wall thing.
Yeah.
Farting?
Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you have the wind wall?
Yeah, I have the wind wall. Yes, called wind wall.
Okay. You had the wind wall. That's right. And then Trip was going to, I think, move the horses or something.
Yeah. We decided it was a kind of spell where I could kind of concentrate on it while shooting my arrows. So.
Right. Yes.
And I think me and our friendly Valinar elf were going to drop down amidst them and pretty much cause as much havoc as we possibly could. Okay.
Cool. So I guess then maybe I can by when I'm invisible see, what tent the other ones are in, and then I guess maybe if I can get the tent to collapse, that can be the signal to you guys to all go into do your stuff. That makes sense?
Set it on fire.
I could do that too. I do have a firebolt.
I think that would count definitely as an offensive action.
Oh yeah, but then I'm going to turn invisible. Oh yeah, I think I'm just going to try to get them tangled up in it first. But will that work for you guys as a signal to like do your wind wall attack and everything?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, now the question is though, how are you going to get into position? There's not a lot of cover out there.
Just because it's a desert?
We're gonna leap off the ship like superhero style.
Well, we could use our rings of feather falls or our tokens of feather.
Yes, you could. I mean, certainly, Carv doesn't have the particular problem the rest of you do because he's got a glide wing. So,
oh yeah, you have a new glide wing. What's the new glide wing's name?
Red Wing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's red.
It's like Red Arrow. Red Arrow. Yeah, that's right.
Right. Exactly. It's like Speedy. What, Tolfus, did you use your Featherfall token?
As far as I'm aware, I haven't used the Featherfall token, no.
Okay. Well, that could be a way for Tolfus to get down then.
Yeah, I mean, have the airship sweep in fast, low, and jump off.
Yeah. Did we ever pick up one for the Valinor?
No.
Well,
Wonder how she would get down.
throw her off the ship.
Wait, would she be able to, like, ride my back?
Not really. The token's really meant more for. I mean, are okay.
It can only support like one person, really, right? Is it meant for at a time?
Right. It's meant for a one-person use. So, as you're discussing this, I mean, I'm assuming you're just discussing this on the deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Rilhan walks over the quartermaster for the ship, and he says, "Why don't you use one of the rings?"
Which rings?
What rings?
Walks over to the side of one of the ship. There's like these boxes along the side of the vessel, along the outer wall. He opens one up and pulls out a ring that's like a disc about like this with rope handles along the edges. He says, "This is supposed to support 4 or 5 people in the event of a failure of the elemental ring."
It's like a lifesaver, but
yeah,
for falling.
Floats.
So
Yeah.
it's like a floating platform. Is that what?
No. People grab onto the rope and hang on, and it's like Featherfall, but it affects a group holding onto the ring.
Yeah, it's a Featherfall lifesaver.
So it's like a
Pretty much.
like a green parachute.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
It's magic. So.
Huh.
Well, Tolfus claps his hands together and says that's a brilliant idea.
I apologize. I got dropped off. Are we talking about how to get down there quickly?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Now, if you're an air elemental, that's not a problem for you either.
No. Yep.
In the live chat, by the way, Anthony at Lister's Mate 2 just joined us. Thank you, Anthony, for watching.
So maybe Jeff Invisible should Featherfall first.
Right. I mean, he wouldn't want to use one of the rings. He'd probably want to use the token, and get down on his own first.
I just want to try and make sure they don't get too much warning. Too much warning.
Right. Having don't want to have the airship floating above them for like 20 minutes while
What could they be doing?
Yeah, and I mean, air elementals can basically come in just like the wind, right? I mean,
fly.
Yeah. I mean,
elementals fly.
Yeah, but are they going to see a big bulky form, or is it just looks like the wind?
Air elementals, because of the turbulent winds, generally, I mean, you can see them.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not invisible.
Okay.
Certainly at some points they might be harder to see than others. And if you're not happening to be looking up, you're probably not going to see one.
Okay. So, all right. So Kalina will jump off, turn invisible, use the Featherfall, sneak up there, and then you guys, the ship is going to swoop in, and the rest of you guys are going to come up and get off it there.
I believe so.
Sounds like the plan thus far.
Yeah, probably once you do distraction, then we have Trip air elemental attack, and I do the wind. As I fly down, I can do the wind wall, And that gives a moment for while they're falling. Talthus and whatchamacallit fall down to then attack. Right? I don't know how long it takes for them to fall. How long?
It'll take like probably a round or two, because Featherfall slows
That's
the
what I
drop,
figured.
but maybe one round dropping, and then after that point, probably close enough to the ground that you could just let go, and drop the rest of the way without worrying about it.
Okay.
Depending on how low Cyrus gets the Azure Wind.
How do these airships? What's the sound they make? Like, how far away can people usually hear them?
I mean, it would be the crackling of large fire.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's basically there's a huge ring of fire burning around the thing.
All right, so I guess I'll have to like collapse the tent as soon as I see like the Valinor maybe notice that there's something, when they react to the airship coming or something.
Okay, so the Featherfall slows the descent to 60 feet per round.
How far up would we be?
So I mean, if like I said, I'm thinking 2 rounds, because Cyrus isn't going to want to get it low enough to risk hitting the lower strut into the sand. So, figure falling 120 feet in 2 rounds, and then you're on the ground. And that would not prevent, as far as Carv and Trip, they'll already be in the fray before that, because they're going to be flying. And Kalina's already going to be on the ground.
Right. So it's just Talthus and what's the elf's name again? The female? Aya?
Naya.
Naya. All right, so just those two that would be slightly delayed.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was going to say another potential option. I mean, I could summon a couple giant eagles and send them down, but then I would then have to wait to do the air elementals, so it could get messy if I did that.
Yeah, I would do that. We need to make sure they don't get by the horses for us to get an advantage.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
So, yeah.
Let's see how wrong it goes.
Okay.
Just kill the horses. No, I'm teasing. I'm not gonna.
I kill the horses. So, I mean, I do think that we need to be prepared, though. I'm assuming. Well, Somnus, just out of curiosity, as far as we know with the Valinor, are there like great legends or tales about how loyal their horses are to their masters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the Valinor revere 2 things: their ancestors and their horses.
Right. So I mean, these horses are going to fight hard to get back to their masters.
They could be evil horses.
Yeah. Well,
they're not evil. Don't kill the horses.
Right. No, I don't want to
just
kill the
teasing.
horses. I'm just trying to think of how we can really keep them away.
Well, that's what you're going to do, right? With your wind.
Yeah, I mean, the air elementals, with 2 of them, I hope that we'll be able to corral, but, there are 4 horses. And they could, 1 or 2 of them could do their best to completely get away from us,
Are they, could Talthus with his eagle eye or anything see, how are the horses just loose? Are they tied to anything?
They're loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was wondering if Kalina could try to tie them to something. But the problem is, even though she's invisible, the horses, I'm sure, are going to smell her or sense her.
Well, yeah. I mean, especially if you're trying to pull at the reins.
Yeah.
Right. The only other things that I can think of that might work are entangle spells in this situation, to prevent the horses from going anywhere.
Does that also though damage them? Doesn't
Entangle?
We can heal them later.
Well, actually, I was going to say, Entangle actually doesn't do that much damage, if it does any at all. Because it's only like a first level spell.
It's restraining them within a 20-foot square.
Yeah, I don't think that does any damage. That's
Oh wow, that would be perfect too. 20-foot square.
And I mean, what I could do.
Let me just in the chat. In the chat, Anthony says maybe you could say Beetlejuice 3 times, and he'll show up with the sandworms.
Beetlejuice, seriously.
I don't think that's going to help anyone's day.
Oh yeah, that actually might be bad for us too.
Oh god, don't make those giant worms come up out of the sand.
Yeah, right, like in the movie Tremors. Kevin Bacon can show up.
Well, so here's a completely other thing, just to throw this out as another sideways way to do things. I could summon pixies, and then I would have 8 entangle spells. This would be completely dropping the elemental, but they would have 8 entangle spells, which gives us a decent chance. The horses get to make a strength saving roll, though, and it would seem horses would be pretty.
It might be relatively strong. Well, and the Pixie's DC is low.
But you can do an entangle spell on your own, right?
Well, the problem is it's a concentration spell.
Yeah,
so if he's doing that, he can't do the summons.
Oh, he can't be the wind elemental and do that.
Well, no, he can be. He can be the air elemental. He can't be like he can't have other air elementals with him. He wouldn't be able to summon them.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. Well, I guess we could just see how it goes with the elementals.
Yeah. I'm sure everything will work out great.
You don't have the whole polymorph thing anymore, right?
When does anything ever go wrong for us?
Yeah. No, I still have the polymorph. I can still. I mean, that's my second thing. If my concentration gets broken, as I am well, anyway, it's fine. No, I mean,
we polymorph them to like the mice or something, and they're taken off the board for a bit.
Yeah, but I can only do one polymorph spell at a time, so I can only change one of them into a mouse. So yeah,
it's not an area effect.
yeah, it'd be nice if it were. Okay, so how much time do you need, Jeff, before air elementals come in?
Well, so I'm thinking maybe I don't know. I'll like leap off the ship. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe like 100 yards away or something from the camp.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
So, however long it's going to take me to go 100 yards in desert sand,
Right.
And then I gotta give it some time to just check out the 3 tents to see where they are, what's going on,
Yeah. Okay. Well, Tolthus has eagle eyes, so he can give us a sense of what's going on.
I mean, I need definitely, a few minutes at least, obviously.
Yeah. Sounds good.
If I'm able to operate at all.
I mean, she won't be able to see me, obviously. I'll be invisible, but he can see.
There's lots of things you could use around as a signal.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a puff of sand.
There's.
Yep. It's not an offensive action as long as you're not throwing it at someone.
Oh, all right. So you say like I could kind of use that to signal them that I'm in position.
Right. And toss a puff of sand in the air. He can see things at a mile distance. And you tell him, look for a puff of sand at the tent, at the furthest one down towards the horses.
Right.
You could throw.
So he's watching the right area to see it.
if you set on fire like a little piece of cloth, throw it up in air, happens to land on the tent. That's
Man, you really want to burn this tent and everybody inside
Wow.
Well, I mean, hey, it's effective.
True.
It's a good signal. Yeah.
it.
And difficult.
Steve shared a nice D&D therapy article with us beforehand. I think Carv needs to read it.
They can get out of the tent.
They'll just be flame on fire.
We're gonna kill him anyway. So I mean,
I guess. All right. Okay, so I guess I'll tell Cyrus to, kind of, I don't know, have the move the ship within about 100 yards of.
Ooh, I have a hunting trap. What if you took that with you and put it by the doorway of one of the tents? So after you do that and then try to get out, they might trip the trap.
Yeah, that's cool. The only problem is when I collapse it, I think who knows where they're gonna come out of, because they're just gonna be all flailing and there's no entrance anymore at that point.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah,
but that was a good idea. Otherwise, yeah.
I think you should put a trap where the latrine is.
That's our signal when we hear this.
So on the latrine, so their ass gets caught in it.
Yes.
I don't think anybody would sit down on that. Just
I'll
saying.
make it invisible.
Right.
Oh,
You
that
could
would
bait
be
it
nasty.
with toilet paper.
Right. All right.
Anyway.
Okay. So anyway, all right. So if it's a position, Kalina will do a kind of like a nice backflip off the thing. And she'll turn invisible and use the Featherfall token as she's doing all this at once.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we ought to, get those initiative rolls started to line up.
True that.
Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Do you want? Or should you put our tokens on here so we can get them on the turn order?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Thanks.
Yeah, we can jump there yet.
Oh, there we are.
Click. Ah, excellent. Yes, good, good. And there's 2 cards, yes.
Pretty good. Ooh, nice. Good anish.
16, 16, 15, 15.
Heck yeah.
Probably the best we've done.
One
All together.
Your only good rolls.
And then they get a nat 20.
No. Oh, I see you guys.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah. I assume we'd want to, I guess Nyath would want to drop in somewhere around here, possibly near the tree.
oh, that's interesting.
What?
Do you see what just got added to the initial turn?
We don't
Well,
see anything.
I see it in the chat, but not in the turn order.
Interesting. Learn something new every day.
Oops. Oh man. I accidentally... Can you add me back in?
What, did you delete yourself or something?
I deleted the wrong token because you have my token on there too, and I deleted the wrong one. Then deleted my turn.
Yes.
So revenge will not be yours today.
Yes.
Well, once I got down where you guys were at, I realized, oh wait a minute, I'm there with my Red Wing, so I don't need this
Right.
one. Then it,
I understand.
Okay, so I've added you to
Yeah,
the turn
do you
order.
like-
What was your
It was-
initial? 15?
it was 15.
It
right?
was 15, yes.
Does Carv like to play a lot of hockey with his dino?
What is this hockey?
All right, Detroit Red Wings. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right. No, I'm not a hockey fan either. I guess nobody else is.
I've seen one hockey game and it was very amusing.
Yeah. No, it's I find it fairly boring.
I think hockey's okay. I've watched a couple of games in Canada. That's where to watch it. They love
Right.
their hockey.
That's all they do there. I'm just kidding, Canadian fans. I know. I've been to Canada many times.
I forget. It was the San Diego Gulls, and I forget who they were playing. But the other team was just playing dirty. I mean, they were, fouling the Gulls and everything. And the Gulls played a clean game up until like the last 5 minutes. And then they just proceeded to beat the crap out of the other team. They were so far ahead, it didn't matter. It was pretty amazing. All right. So, Kalina is of course, creeping along the sand. And Yep. So
she's gonna
kind of peeking into the tent.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is there can I like actually go to like this? Is there enough like on the room on the side so like kind of I go on my stomach to kind of peek underneath?
Yeah, you can. I mean, sort of. You'd have to kind of try to lift up because it's the sand. I mean, the sand is up against the.
All right, I guess I'll just go to the front then and kind of just. Is there enough like of it? Is it kind of blowing open or how is it?
I mean, it's not sealed. Occasionally, it flaps a little bit in the wind. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
All right, she loves doing stealth checks. Oh my God! Critical failure, right? All right, great, awesome.
Wow.
13 in it.
And the
my
sad
goodness.
part is, even with disadvantage, they basically.
Wait a minute. Oh, so he had a 14?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're invisible, so he has disadvantage on the check. It's not that
Right.
you have you have some bonuses.
What's
But-
how does that work when it's a check against check with a
Well,
tie?
He rolled usually it's whoever is rolling for the check against the DC. If it matches, they succeed, generally speaking.
Right.
This isn't a DC, right? It's his perception
Well-
versus my stealth.
Right, and you are setting the DC.
So he has to roll against mine, basically.
Right, because in the end, it's on him whether he sees or doesn't see you, or notice something amiss, like a footprint in the sand.
Right. So listeners may just said in the live chat, you suck at dice roll, Super Geeked Up, meaning me. Thanks, Anthony. Yes, I'm very well aware that my strange dice rolling is going over to this game now too, apparently.
Okay.
DM intrusion. Oh, wrong rules.
That's next time.
Suddenly a giant worm appears out of the ground.
That would be appropriate for geometry, yeah.
Sandworms. Hate sandworms. Okay. So, he's the elf is sitting in there cross-legged, like in meditation, because elves don't actually sleep. And suddenly he looks over at the door, and you don't know what it is, but it's like he gets up and draws a scimitar and starts heading out the door.
I'm going to immediately scoot away.
Ooh.
And he calls to the others in Elven, I think someone's here.
Gasp.
So
Nope, nobody
when
here.
you get hit, just yell. That'll be our signal.
Well, now
when you see the
unfortunately,
blood fly.
at this point, these guys make for their horses
Oh shit.
and get on their mounts.
Great. One fucking critical failure just messed up the entire goddamn plan.
As sometimes happens.
Yeah.
And he lets out kind of a war cry as well, which, you are close to. He's heading for his steed. And let's see here. I gotta switch to the right. Let me move the turn order so I can actually get to this.
So there's only 3 though. Nobody else came out of the tents.
Hang on, I'm working on it.
Okay. I was hoping there's only 3. This has got a lot more difficult.
What's this guy?
Not nice.
Now, Listener's Mate says, since you're not really rolling dice, you're clicking your mouse. You suck at clicking your right mouse button. Well, actually, it's clicking my left mouse button, Anthony, if you really want to be technical.
He whistles, and the horse comes to him.
Oh, that guy looks different.
Ooh.
It's the Lone Ranger.
Maybe he's the leader. Or maybe that's her brother. Because it was her brother, right? Not his brother?
Yeah. And he goes to his steed.
Trip gets so now scared of this fight, he's like, I'm leaving. He just...
I'm out of here.
Good luck, guys. No, actually,
Good luck,
Trip's having computer problems. That's what's happening, folks. He'll be back, I'm sure.
He's going to have that James Woods moment from Scary Movie.
What? It's been forever since I've seen it. What does he do?
Probably my favorite moment out of any of the scary movies. James Wood is dressed up as the priest going to the house for the exorcist, and he walks up to the door of the girl's room, and he looks into the room, and the girl, the head spins around and looks at him, and James Woods is like, fuck this, and goes to leave.
Nice.
The rational reaction to seeing that happen.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'd be doing. Okay, so
he moves to position here.
We'll regroup. Sorry, Jeff. Oh,
regroup. Well,
okay. So it's Finn's turn next. Okay.
Well, at the moment, like I said, you guys aren't actually there. They're kind of taking up position, looking around.
Well, the good news is they find you. I can put a wind wall between you and them.
oh, thanks. Well, that actually would be very helpful. Yeah.
You have to be close to do that. So,
Like 150 feet or something.
all right. So, is Carv flying in close? I mean, at this point, Tolthus can definitely tell things have not gone to plan.
Oh yeah, no, he's already informed everyone nearby that they have immediately evacuated to their horses.
And Naya says this is going to be a more difficult fight.
Well,
Good.
I haven't been one to turn down a challenge so long as it isn't impossible.
All right. Well, what you gonna do? I mean, they're looking around, but at this point, let's see. They're talking back and forth, at least as far as Kalina can hear, and now they're kind of looking for the right thing. So let's have another perception check. Not so good that time. The wind, at least there's some wind, and it seems to have blown away some of your footprints.
Well, that's good.
Well, he's riding over here to look. All right. How now, guys?
Well, I would like to go ahead and say that our friend is indeed still down there, however invisible they may be, and is near 4 Valinar elves who may or may not be bloodthirsty.
She can take him. No, it's I kind of wish Trip could be here to start it up.
Can I wait? Is my turn over? Or can I still do something?
You can still do stuff. You're not technically in combat at the moment. They're
All right, I'm
looking, but they haven't located you.
I'm gonna click something so I can read it on here. Okay. I'm trying to think if I can try to do what I'm trying to do here. All right. But do I need to do another like stealth check if I want to move, or?
Like I said, nobody is terribly close to you, but yeah, I would make a stealth check just to move carefully, not to kick up any sand.
It can't be any worse than my other check, so.
You should know better than to hand the universe a line like that.
Well, that's better. Not great, but better. Aha.
Okay.
All right. Is this a pool of water over here or something? Where I just moved?
Yeah, it's a pool of water.
All right, I'm gonna take a bath. I'm just kidding.
You'll never find me in here.
All right, hang on. And what is this stuff? It's just like stones?
Yeah, like there might have been a structure there at one point, but has long since crumbled.
Okay, so right where I'm pinging here, I want to do minor illusion to create footprints that look like they're going that way to the east.
Okay. And he gets such a bad perception check, he doesn't notice.
Oh, come on. Great. That's one thing I didn't want to roll bad.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, you can leave them there. I mean, it's what, concentration, so up to a minute, so you can just kind of, leave it there for a little bit.
All right.
Well, you can't. It's not concentration. It's just a 1 minute duration. So it'll be there for a minute. He might notice it later.
All right. I mean, I don't know, guys. Obviously I can't communicate with you guys because I'm on the ground. So.
Right. God, where is Trip? He's still in Roll20, but.
Well, I guess let's have Carv and Tolthus. You guys, we can always hold off on Trip, right?
Yeah, we can wait.
Do you guys have any actions you want to take?
Aside from dropping myself directly in the middle of all of them and hoping to get their attention, not really.
Well, you will get their attention. I guarantee that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
unless they get really
pretty
bad.
Sure, you got this.
No, you can't even land in the middle of them. Like what?
You're not gonna miss the shiny Tin Man.
Oh,
okay, wait, I have something else I can do.
And the sister's going with you too, right? The other elf.
Oh
yeah, Nyath would be going.
Well, I guess I'll fly. I'm not going to fly close to them, but I'm not going to be like flying in sword range. At least make them work for it if they're going to attack me. But I guess I'll fly down and do something. I guess hit them with. I guess I'll hit them with wind wall, break them up. Right, and give him some distraction for you, Talthus.
Yeah.
Sound like
that should
idea?
be one word. Yeah.
I have another question. There are saddles on these horses, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Can I use Mage Hand Ledgermane to try to undo the saddles and make them fall off?
You could, but that would be an offensive action.
Right. I can
you're
try to do it if I want to.
You can try to do it, but you're going to become visible if you do.
Yeah. And how would that work, though, in terms of whether it's successful or not?
You just do it. I mean, normally with this kind of thing, it would be trying to avoid noticing that you did it. Like in a tavern setting, trying to pick somebody's pocket with it, or something like that. But in this instance, that doesn't really matter. You're not trying to. You don't even really need to be stealthy about it, because the big problem is going to be that you're going to suddenly become visible.
Right. Okay. Well, can I try it like after when he does his wind wall thing? Can I try to do it like right after that or something? Or I don't know exactly how yet or what we're doing exactly, but
here's the trick. The problem is you don't know what's coming. You can't communicate with him.
Oh yeah.
So you can't really anticipate. Okay, the wind wall is going to come right now.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll say this though: she would not want to make herself visible until other people she knows are in the fight.
Other targets.
Yeah. So she would hold off for now then.
Okay. All right. So we'll skip Finn for right now because he is having issues.
By the way, Anthony in the chat said, "Just fly down and do something." What a great plan!
Great strategy. Thanks, Napoleon.
So wait, Trip says his computer feels bizarrely overheated. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Hope it doesn't explode.
Blow on it.
Huh.
Oh, he said he's doing all he can. His computer keeps going to sleep mode. If he can't make it in, someone please play Finn. I'm so sad. So he says, "Oh."
Ask him if he wants to attack as an air elemental in the middle of the group.
Nate, do you still have control of
I do believe I do.
Finn stuff? Or do you need me to...
Let me go ahead and make sure that the do. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, guess for your part, if you want to go ahead and select some actions for him.
All right.
Well, just so you know, because I can talk to Finn and them, right? What I'm thinking about doing is doing wind wall, like here-ish. I don't know, can you see it? You see my room?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
So I can touch on those two guys, and also split them up a little bit.
Nice. I like it.
So, just so you know, whatever. So you don't like pop Finn right in the middle of it.
He'll be fine. What's the wind going to do? Throw him? He's air.
Just wind.
He gets out of it. I think my insides have shifted.
Let's see.
Okay, so. Oh, hey, there we go. Maybe Trip is back.
Just in time. You're not quite dead yet, Finn.
All right, good.
But it is your turn.
It is my turn. Okay, great. So everything went to hell, right?
Yeah.
Fairly much.
Okay, fantastic.
We had a GM intrusion.
Gee whiz. All right. So, yeah, I guess I've got both the elementals down here. Which two are closest? Okay, so they're... Kalina, do they know where you are?
No, they don't know where she is at the moment.
Okay.
So Trip, you see that line, the ruler?
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
thinking about putting wind wall right there. So I
Think about
catch
putting
those.
wind wall right there.
Because that way I'll
Okay.
catch two of them in the middle in it. You know, they'll have to get out of it, get hurt by it, I guess, and I'll split them up a little bit.
Split them up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, both elementals, myself and the elemental, are going after this one then. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and
It's probably okay.
two elementals.
Just so you know, it's probably the big boss.
Oh, it is?
Well, we don't know, but he looks different than the
Yeah,
rest.
he looks different, so we think he is. That's probably her brother.
Okay. Do you guys...
Of course, we could just ask her. We could ask her to confirm that, I
Right.
guess, too.
Oh yeah.
So two elementals can't occupy the same space, right? Like if I wanted to double attack it?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's fine. Well, I'll go after two of the smaller guys then just to see what happens.
Okay.
And they're entering the space and they're going to go ahead and... Now, can I do 2 slams and then try the spin also?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense because the spin is a function of the movement
Right.
into the shared space.
Okay, great. So first I'll do the other elemental going after this one here.
Okay.
And attack.
I'm gonna have to move that over a little bit for a minute.
Yep.
Slam!
So looks like one got a 25 at least.
Yeah, 9 just isn't quite gonna do it.
Right. So 13 bludgeoning, and then looks like it takes a DC 13 strength throw.
Okay. Well, I clicked the thing. Why is it not rolling? Okay, a moment.
No worries.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay.
Does it have advantage or?
No.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so I don't know how it works. Go ahead.
So he's tossed. Well, I mean, he's thrown. So look at the elemental. It should say what happens.
Yeah, so it takes 3d8 plus 2, an additional 3d8 plus 2 damage.
Mhm.
And then it's randomly thrown 20 feet away and knocked prone. So I don't know if you figure out. Let's see. So 3d8 plus 2. So then it takes an additional 37 damage. Is that right?
Wait, 3.
No. 3. I'm sorry. 3d8. No, scratch that. Scratch
20s. What?
I apologize. 15.
It's okay.
So it took a total of 28 then damage.
Okay.
It's thrown and knocked prone somewhere. All right.
Right.
And then I will attack the other one. 2 slams.
Well, those will both hit.
Okay, great.
Smack.
Sweet.
And then see if it makes a DC 13 strength.
In the live chat, Lister's mate says, you should tell Trip to sing Gilbert and Sullivan songs. That might help.
Oh, yes! Wow.
Okay, that one he passed, so he's
Okay,
still
gotcha.
on his horse.
All right.
If
Well,
you
took
if
30
you rip
points
a
of damage.
hole
so
in
it's
a
not
net, there will be less holes than before.
He took 30 points of damage, huh?
bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Not too
bad.
shabby. Of course, we don't know how all powerful they are.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and move on to, well, Carv. So Carv was the next person. So what you doing, Carv?
So I figure I'm kind of flying in like dishish.
Mm-hmm.
And now they moved around on me, so let's see what can work here. I think I'll do so 50 feet. Can you see the line there?
Okay, so you're doing a 50-foot wind
Whoa!
wall.
Smack them both. Yeah.
50-foot wind wall there, which is like let me look at the spell again real quick. 15 feet high and 1 foot thick. So
Are you going to try to hit all three?
Yeah, and here, how thick did I say it was? It was 15 feet, or it's 1 foot thick. So I don't know. It's up to the DM if it's wide enough to.
Yep.
If I can, yeah.
15 feet high, 1 foot thick.
50 feet long and 15 feet high and 1 foot thick.
Gotcha.
You're probably not going to be able to hit all three. I mean, just because of the width of the wall.
I'm just going to try to hit 2 of them. I can control how it curves and stuff, so if I can just hit 2 of them, I'll be happy.
Okay, so you definitely want to hit. I know you want to hit him, so go ahead and that guy. So
Big boss. Yep.
I guess if you can control how it curves.
Yeah, I think so.
So you hit 3.
I mean, unless it. So yeah, I guess you could hit all 3, depending on how you bend and warp the.
So I'm like
wall.
flying. I'm flying down, and I go for the Blackclaw.
All right. So what does the wind wall actually do? Okay, that's the next question.
So it lasts up to a minute. It's Then has to make a strength saving throw, and they take 3d8 bludgeon damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
Okay.
I rolled that just because description on.
Okay, so
it also stops projectiles and stuff like that too.
Right. So it's a strength save.
It is a strength save, yes.
And what is your save DC? It'll be on your spell sheet.
Spell save DC 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first guy.
Ooh.
He made it. And because he made it, his horse made it as well. So, and his horse takes no damage.
That's fine. I'm trying to kill his horse.
Okay. Now, the other guy at the far end does not make it.
Ooh.
So I guess I better roll something. 3d8.
Well, it looks like even if they make the save, they take half damage.
Right.
From what I'm reading.
Okay, so they take 7 damage if they fail, or if they pass, and 14 if they fail.
Yep.
However, like I said, the horse takes no damage.
That's cool.
Gotcha.
And he will stagger
Are there
out
apparitions in these horses? Then they must die.
No, but as someone who has a certain feat, you should recognize that.
Oh, yeah. Rider's feet, whatever.
And so then we go to Tyrith.
So that's his name? The brother?
Yeah.
He's survived easily, yeah.
Yeah, he made the save, no problem. His horse takes no damage. Okay, so we will. Okay.
And if they try to re-enter through that wall while it's still up there for a minute, they have to re-rail again.
Right.
Are the dots supposed to all be aligned?
That's the wind wall. It kind of bends in a weird way because he wanted to hit the 3 guys at once.
Yeah.
So one took 14, one took 7, and one's they're split up a little bit too. So.
Right. Okay, so this air elemental's over here. So he is rallying the troops to go for this air elemental.
Oh yeah, and me and Nyath, when are we supposed to drop in?
You're dropping this round. You'll be in the fray next round.
Okay.
So as to air elemental,
So we're just seeing like a huge iron giant guy floating slowly down.
Yeah, floating slowly, gracefully down.
As he's falling.
So yeah, AC is 15, but damage resistance from non-magical piercing
That
slash.
isn't the problem for them. So.
Tell us you can get some of your reading done as you're floating down.
Okay. Okay.
If you're just tuning in, folks, we're in the middle of this battle here in the desert with these Valinor elves who are expert horsemen.
And the Tyrith is using a double scimitar. Oh, excellent. Okay. So he puts
I don't think that's excellent, honestly. Oh, we lost Trip again.
Okay. Okay. Oh. He's going to get back in the saddle and attack the one that's here. So, oop, that's wrong. That wasn't what I clicked. Okay. Go 7 to the air elemental here. Okay. This guy, let's see. Steed does the movement, and it has plenty of movement. We'll come around to here.
So he has to reroll, right?
No, he goes around.
Oh, okay.
He goes around. I mean, the steed. Valinor Warhorse has an 80-foot movement. That's per move action. They are fast. So he's going to go ahead and make his attacks. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. We're losing everybody.
Uh-oh.
We're rolling a bunch of ones on this Google Hangout.
So, that was so bizarre. Like, I lost all of you. I thought I was the only one on the air still.
Oh, no. All right. Okay, so.
Nate, can you share your screen again?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, Yeah. Anthony, tell us if you're still seeing us okay and what's going on. If you're in the live chat, please. Everything's like going to hell here.
Google is not our friend right now.
No, no worry. Especially when it turns into Skynet.
Oh my goodness, yes. Maybe that's what's happening right now. Okay, good. Anthony says he can see us all now. Great. Thank you, sir. All right, so who's is it Cleanest turn?
It is Kalina's turn.
Okay. So what did so anything happened? Those guys just attacked the air elemental, the Valinor?
Yeah, they attacked the. Well, they didn't really have a lot of other targets, at the moment.
All right, so let me see how far away I am here. Okay, perfect. So, all right, let's tell me if I can do this. She would kind of ideally, she's kind of trying to still hide behind the tent.
Right.
Cast the mage on her brother. That's the guy who looks different, right? The closest one to her.
Yeah.
Use the mage hand, which is a spectral hand, folks, if you're watching, and to undo the saddle strap thing.
Okay.
And then as a bonus, if she can, she'd like to do, because she's going to become visible, her hide action, if you can do that, because she's behind the tent, kind of.
Okay.
So he's never seen her. He actually doesn't know she's there, obviously. So.
Right. Okay. You can do that. I'm going to give him a check. And we will see what happens. So you undo the saddle.
Mm-hmm.
And he slides off the horse with the saddle, but flawlessly rolls onto his feet.
All right, but he's off the horse?
He is off the horse, and the horse does not have a saddle at the moment.
Okay. All right. That was something.
But he is definitely looking around. You make the stealth check.
Okay. It was just the wind. One of the wind elementals did it.
Ooh, good.
Oh, good God. Does he have advantage?
No.
Okay, good. All right, stealth check. Here we go. Oh, what is with these rolls?
Caught a glimpse of you.
God damn it. I rolled a 4.
Jeez.
All these stealth rolls have been terrible.
True that.
Stealth.
Extra stealth.
Okay. So, that was Kalina. Finn.
Yeah, let's just. Why don't you
I guess, Nate, I guess you'll have to.
Yeah.
Nate, I guess it's all you, buddy.
Okay. Well,
I mean, so he's got the 2 arrow elementals out there, right?
Yeah, and they're zip zop zippity bopping. I assume Finn is. I forget. Did he polymorph or? I mean,
that wasn't clear if he'd done that or not.